What up, bitches? It's the misanthropic one, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant/review. Today I want to talk about this album right here, Yelawolf's latest album called Love Story. Alright, I had a few people ask for this review, so here it is. I was gonna do it anyway. Shout out to my nigga Yelawolf. He's one of my favorite MCs that has come out of the South, Alabama to be precise, and everybody's been waiting for this album to come out. So you want a brief history lesson on him, check my last video for his debut album on Shady Records called Radioactive. Let's just say he's back in rare form with this shit. Let's get into the artwork. Very simple cover. You got fucking dog on there, blaring his fangs. You got Yelawolf on the back with his boys and what appears to be like a diner of some type, presumably in the South. Open up the CD. You got a rose there on the CD. Nothing on the back. All right, let's take out the booklet. Yelawolf and his boys. Got him holding what looks like a revolver. Back of Yelawolf right there. I'm assuming that's him holding a guitar. DJ turntable. Yelawolf holding his hands behind his back. Him pointing the gun. Him writing a song or writing rhymes. Got Yelawolf holding earphones. Excuse me. Just him standing there, and more him standing there in front of the boards. And you got the thank yous and all of that on there. And he even shouted out my boys, Run the Jewels, Killer Mike and LP. Shout out to them as well. I happened to check that out, and I got all warm and tingly inside when he did that. All right, production on this bitch. You have Melee Ho. You have Willpower. They do majority of the production on this album. You have Yelawolf himself, and you have Eminem, and you have Track Bangers. Eminem does one track, Track Bangers does another track, and I'll get further into that in the pros and cons. Features on here, just Eminem. Eminem's only on one track, which is titled Best Friend. Of course, Eminem goes on there and wreck shop. There's no discussing what Eminem does. I mean, y'all already know how lyrical this dude is. I mean, it'll just be redundant for me to talk about it. So this album is entirely featureless except for Eminem. And there's 18 tracks on here. So I like that. That appears to be something that a lot of dudes are falling back on, making like straight albums by themselves, which I like. So as far as that goes, I'm straight. Let me jump right into the pros and cons. Y'all know I'm a sucker for content, which Yelawolf has on this album, but I don't want to stay too much on that, because the biggest strength on this album, I believe, is the sound, the overall sound of the album. this album isn't your traditional hip hop album. When you compare this to his previous work, you know, like Radioactive or Trunk Music or whatever, you know, people would classify it as Southern hip hop. This is sort of, I don't know, it's like a next level type of Southern hip hop. Let me put it like this. If you took Everlast, Kid Rock, the Beastie Boys, and Eminem and smashed them together, this is what you'd get. This is fucking insane as far as, I mean, lyrically, y'all already know Yelawolf kills it. The dude could flow, he's got lyrics that's already what do you call it? That's already etched in stone. But you know, the sound of this album, let me put it like this. It sounds like he combined Southern rock and folk, opposed to just making a traditional Southern hip hop album. That's the best way I could describe it, you know, being basic about it. And it's been done before, like I said, you know, like Everlast has mixed a bit of folk and like folk and blues in his music. Kid Rock has mixed a little bit of it, but this has taken it to a whole new level. And that is what is the strongest thing about this album. And I could just sense that a lot of people won't be open to this because they'll be like, oh, what the fuck is this? But it really came out well. It was really meshed together very well. I appreciate it. So to me, that is the strength of this album, and I give Yelawolf tons of credit for taking that risk because, you know, his stuff prior to this didn't sound like this. And I've said this before in other videos that, you know, people should, if you're an artist, you should, and you want to go in a certain direction, you should sort of ease fans into it. This is one of the rare occurrences where he just totally flipped and it worked, you know. So this is a big risk, like I said, and I really enjoyed the album. There's an Eminem influence on here as well, like on certain tracks, like Heartbreak, which is the one that is produced by Eminem. You could even hear in Yelawolf how he's sort of like flowing like him, and you could tell Eminem was all over this album. Eminem said, nah, he's like, get in here. We need to have a fucking monster on our hands, because Radioactive was alright, but it was just there, you know what I mean? It wasn't a bad album, but it wasn't a great album, you know what I mean? It wasn't like a fucking classic. It was just there, but Eminem probably worked this dude off and said, listen, we gotta have something that's gonna make these motherfuckers talk, and this one is definitely up there. What else did I have to say about this? Oh, Yelawolf actually singing full tracks on here too. That's a major plus, because I didn't really see that coming, but I guess from all the influences he has in the South, as far as, you know, the music is concerned, like rock and all of that shit, he does it very well on here, meshes it together very well. The only problem that I would have as far like as a con is, you know, it's titled Love Story, and you would think that would be a theme that is going throughout the whole album, but it really doesn't. I mean, there's some songs where you could actually, you know, like Love Story itself, Tennessee Love, like, yeah, okay. But this would have definitely solidified this as like, I would damn near put it up there with Kendrick's as far as creativity. But that kind of lacks it. But the album's still good. So my rating of it, I would give it in between. I would give it probably 8.5. I think that would deem this very well. Great album. Definitely might end up on my list this year at the end of the year. Shout out to my nigga Yelawolf. Keep doing your thing. And that's it. Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe. support dope shit, and that's it. Peace, bitches.